Good day to you all and welcome to IR Photo Tours, where today we're going to be speaking about the Canon EOS R5. If you've got a minute, please subscribe to my channel. It takes you literally seconds. It costs you nothing other than clicking a button. If you want notifications on more videos that I do and put out, then please click onto the bell notification as well. Your support is always very, very welcome. Thank you very much for those that have subscribed and have clicked that notification. Thank you awfully. That is making a huge difference to this channel. Thank you. Hello everybody and welcome to IR Photo Tours, and I just want to say a very quick thank you very much to Simon at Ordinary Filmmaker for interviewing me on his YouTube channel. Check it out, it's fantastic, it's quite cool, and a lot of information spoken about different areas of photography. Moving on, we are going to be speaking about the Canon EOS R5, which everybody's talking about at the moment. So I thought I'd get on the bandwagon, so to speak, and have a little chat about it and my thoughts as a landscape photographer and a portrait photographer. Where will this take me? Is it for me? Is this camera for videographers? The main thing that Canon keep harping on about at the moment is the brilliant 8K movie mode, uncropped dual pixel CMOS, autofocus in all modes, 8K raw internal recording and Canon C-Log. So is this aimed at the videographer? There are so many excited people looking forward to the specs and looking forward to this camera. I know of a few myself, photographer-wise, sports photographers as well. I'm going to mention his name, David Blake. He's looking forward to this camera. He recently got rid of his Canon 1DX because of issues with the sensor oil splatter. And that was on a previous video that I spoke about. The reason why that I've gone to mirrorless is because of the fact that there's no mirror to be flapping about. So less mechanics, less things to go wrong. Simples, it makes sense. With Canon EOS R, like this one in here, this one I got when it first came out, one of the first batches. I'm going to mention a few things about this that the Canon EOS R5 has and how it looks. The Canon EOS R, when I bought it a year and a half ago, I loved everything about it. I loved the ergonomics. I loved the deep handle, as you can see there, the very deep handle. I have quite big hands, as you can see. So looking at that and gripping that made me feel very comfortable with this camera. It was big enough to actually hold and make it feel like it was a very good quality professional camera. And I have used it in a very professional manner as well. One card slot never really bothered me. However, the Canon EOS R5, after listening to their punters and clients and everyone in the world that wanted 2 card slots, they have now got 2 card slots. So there's a smaller card and the larger card. So that's what's going to go in the R5. Also, what has the R5 got that we hoped for? The R5 has the nice flip screen, which I always wanted to have in my Canon 5DS, which was a nice 50.6 megapixel camera. That in itself didn't have it. It really annoyed me. A few years back, and when I was doing a workshop in the Lake District, I was saying to one of my clients who had a Nikon, that had the flip screen. I was saying, I just so wish that Canon would put the flip screen in professional classed cameras, because it's so annoying. You know, 50.6 megapixel camera, who was that actually made for? I I'll tell you who that was made for. That was made for portrait photographers, studio photographers, and landscape photographers. Now, if that's landscape photographers and studio photographers, everyone wants that flip screen. They want to get the angles. Never got it, did we? Then the Canon EOS R came out, and I was super excited about the flip screen. I was super excited about that. It's such a simple thing, but my God, I was really excited about it. The Canon EOS R5 has all the features that the Canon EOS R has, except one thing, and that is they've done away with the slidey bar, which was the standardized as the ISO slide bar, which I never used, and many other people I know out there didn't use it either. I used it a couple of times to try it out, and I thought, really don't like this. So touch screen for me, and that was easy enough. They're taking away the slidey bar, and they are putting back in the joystick that everyone recognises on the 5D Mark III, the 2, I believe, had it as well, and the 4. So they're bringing all that back. They're bringing that back, which is fantastic news. The thing where I'm a little bit confused about this Canon EOS R5 at the moment is it for videographers? What is this camera aimed at? Who is it aimed at? Is it aimed at the filmmaker? Is it aimed at the videographer? Is it aimed at the YouTuber? Is it aimed at the photographer? I'm completely confused at the moment about who it's actually aimed at. I want more information on the photography side of it. That's what I want. Is it 40 megapixel CMOS sensor? Is it a digic 8 processor? How many frames a second does it have? Does anyone know? I don't think anyone knows, do they? I don't know. You know, these are all questions that we need to know. I need to know. The focusing system, is it going to be very similar to the EOS R? I think it probably will. I mean, the EOS R had an amazing focusing system that covered the whole screen. And I can't remember how many thousands of focusing points it had, but it could physically focus on a single star. That's how good the EOS R was, and is, sorry, on the past tense, is. It certainly is a superb camera. When that firmware came out for it, that made a huge difference to eye detect and focusing, I was over the moon with it. If this Canon EOS R5 comes out and it has, say, 40 megapixel CMOS sensor and the frame rate, say, I'd be happy with 10, to be honest, with that kind of sensor. You know, a 40 megapixel sensor with 10 frames per second. I mean, that is pretty damn good. You know, you think about it, the 1DX Mark III doesn't have a 40 megapixel CMOS sensor. It has a 22 megapixel CMOS sensor. It's digic 8 processor. It has 2 of, and it produces 16 frames a second mechanical. And that in itself is phenomenal, and that is a super hardcore camera. Who is it aimed at? Who is this Canon EOS R5? Who is it aimed at? Is it aimed at the videographer? Is it aimed at the filmmaker specifically? I mean, 8K, I mean, I shoot at 4K sometimes, and I have got external hard drives of 4 terabytes per hard drive. And I've got about 16 terabytes of external hard drive space. They're relatively sensibly priced nowadays, but still, do you want to keep buying them? And you will with this, won't you? 8K, my word, how much storage do you need, for one? And two, what you've got to ask yourself is, although all this sounds very exciting and very amazing, and it is, how much storage space do you need, and how much processing power do you need in your computer to process that video? They're questions that I ask myself, and I kind of think I know what the answer is going to be. Now, I have an iMac, and it's quite a fast processing power in it anyway, but I don't think it's going to process 8K very well. Yeah, it's all very well having 8K, but you've got to be able to process it, haven't you? So I don't think this camera is going to be aimed at me personally for videography or YouTube. I really don't believe that is going to be the case. So hence why I need to know what the photography side of it is. If the photography side of it is as fantastic as the videography side of it, then I think we've got a camera that is going to blow every other camera company out of the water. But I can't see it. And knowing Canon, they are going to cripple something somewhere. They've done it all in the past. They can't give you a perfect camera. They have got all the cameras out there that are perfect if you have certain cameras together, but they can't give you a camera that gives you all of them features in one camera. And that's quite annoying, really, because I'd love that to happen. And I don't think it's going to happen. And do you know why it's not going to happen? Because they will be shooting themselves in the foot and they wouldn't be able to sell more cameras after that. Because if they give you a perfect camera to start with, where can they go from there? There's a lot of features there that everyone knows about, and there's a lot of features there that actually I don't know about, and it's very frustrating for a photographer to know that what's missing there. The information's missing at the moment. Canon, come on, stop teasing us, because you're teasing us with just little snippets of information about the videography side of it. You're not giving us any information about the photography side of it, frame rates, the sensor. What is it? 40 megapixels, 30 megapixels, 50 megapixels? I doubt it'll be an 80. Very much doubt it'll be 80. So just give us a clue, eh? Come on, Canon, we want to know. We want to get excited about this camera. Everyone is excited about the video side of it, but how can you be excited about the photography side of it? You can't, can you? So if that's as good on the photography side as it is video side, then I can see me somehow buying it, because it will be a fantastic camera. It'll be an ultimate camera. But anyway, guys, I'll leave you with that. Thank you very much for watching. I just want to say thank you very much, Simon, again. Go over to his channel. He's doing a fantastic job there on his channel. He gives out so much brilliant information, and he's pretty good at it. And also, thank you very much, Simon, for the interview. That was good fun. I enjoyed it. That was great fun. That is The Ordinary Filmmaker. Go and check him out. Anyway, guys, enough of me. Until next time, I shall see you later. And it's been a lovely old job.